Hey, so glad you're here. If you're in the trucking game, I want to talk about a strategy that could completely change how you look at your business and your bottom line. We're going to go way beyond just getting paid by the mile. We're diving into a world where every single cubic foot of your trailer is making you money. Let's get right into it. I'm just going to put this out there because it's a hard truth that a lot of people in this industry don't want to think about. Every single time you're on the road with a half-empty trailer, you are literally, and I mean literally, hauling empty space for zero pay, all while you're still burning fuel, putting wear on your tires, and spending your own valuable time. So the whole game is about making this shift from the left side of your screen to the right. On the left, you've got the problem, right? The half-empty trailer, wasted gas, and just money being left on the table. But on the right, that's the goal. That's yield management. We're talking a trailer packed tight, maximizing your revenue for every single mile you drive. You're not just stacking freight, you are stacking profits. And how do we get there? Well, we tap into what I call the LTL Goldmine. LTL, which stands for less than truckload. That is the model that's going to change everything. Let's break it down. Okay, this slide. This is maybe the best way to understand this. Think of your standard full truckload, or FTL, as being like a taxi service. You've got one customer, one pickup, one destination. Super simple. But LTL is like a bus route. You've got multiple customers on board, you're making multiple stops, picking up here, dropping off there. And that's the key difference, right? You're not just selling miles anymore, you're selling space and weight. So here it is, the official definition. LTL is just the practice of combining freight from a bunch of different shippers all onto one truck. The goal is simple, but it is so powerful. Maximize every single cubic foot of space you have. No more hauling air. And here's the best part. You might be thinking you need a massive fleet or a huge investment to get started. You don't. There are actually 3 different tiers of entry, so you can find the one that fits your budget and what you're trying to do. Let's look at them.
Okay, first up, Tier 1. This is the most nimble, the most accessible way to get in the game, the hotshot operator.
We're talking a pickup truck and a gooseneck trailer. The investment is relatively low, around $40,000. You're not hauling huge loads, maybe 3 to 5 pallets, but that's not the point. You're the specialist for that urgent, time-sensitive freight that just can't wait. Your biggest advantage is speed and being able to get into those tight spots big rigs can't, and for that, you get to charge premium rates.
All right, next up is Tier 2. And for my money, this is the sweet spot for a ton of operators, especially if you're working in and around cities. This is the local pickup and delivery specialist.
For this, you're looking at a 26-foot box truck, probably with a liftgate. Now here's what's huge about this tier. If you keep that vehicle under 26,000 pounds, you don't even need a CDL. That's a game changer. You become the final mile expert for homes and businesses, handling around 10 or 12 pallets. And this is where we start to see the real secret to LTL profits pop up, those extra service fees.
And finally, for those of you who are ready to move some serious volume, there's the third tier, the line haul operator.
This is the big leagues. You're running a Class 8 semi, probably pulling a 28-foot pup trailer, and your job is basically to move consolidated freight between carrier terminals. Yeah, the investment's higher, but so is the volume. We're talking up to 28 pallets. The work is steady, it's predictable, it's contract work on dedicated lanes. You're not dealing with a ton of customers, and you're probably home most nights. So let's just pull it all together for a second. Whether you're starting out small and fast as a hotshot, hitting that perfect urban niche with local P&D, or you're ready to move big freight as a line haul operator, there's an entry point here for you. Just look at the breakdown, the investment, the gear, and what it's best for, and you can start to see where your business might fit in. But now we get to the part that really separates the folks making a living from the folks making a fortune. It's not just about stacking the freight, it's about stacking the fees. Let's talk about the secret sauce, accessorials. So just ask yourself this. How is it possible that 2 operators can drive the same miles, haul similar freight, but one of them makes more than double what the other one does? I mean, how does that even happen? The answer is just one word, accessorials. These are simply fees for any service you provide that goes beyond just basic dock-to-dock transport. And trust me, this is where the real money is made in LTL. And this number right here should blow your mind. Operators who just treat LTL like a mileage game, they are potentially leaving 30 to 40% of their total revenue on the table. They are doing the extra work, but they're not getting paid for it. It's crazy. And here's exactly what we're talking about. These are all the things you're probably already doing. Did you have to use your liftgate? That's a fee. Dropping off at a house instead of a warehouse with a dock? That's a fee.
Did you have to wheel the freight inside an office? Make an appointment? Call them ahead of time? All of these are billable services that smart operators charge for every single time.
So, when you start to understand all of this, the LTL model, the different ways to get in, and the absolute power of these extra fees, it forces a shift in your mindset. It's about seeing yourself as something much more than just a driver.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question. The LTL model gives you the power to stop selling your time and start selling smart logistics solutions. The only question left is, which one do you want to be?